Back here in the studio, we have County Council Vice Chair Yuki Lei Sugimura, who is one of the 9 candidates trying to unseat Mayor Richard Basin. Sorry. Welcome, Yuki. How are you?
Thank you.
You are very colorful tonight.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
So, this is the 3rd anniversary of, obviously a very tragic thing. Could you tell us, what you would try to do different as mayor to speed up the recovery as opposed to what you could do on Maui County Council?
So the reason I'm, moving forward, I move forward from the vice chair of the council is so I can do more for the people of Maui. And this is a right step for me to run for mayor so that I can help all people. It's very important.
And obviously one of the biggest issues facing Maui County is housing. What would you propose as mayor and something that you could do differently than what you were able to do as a county council member?
Yeah, so that's a great question because exactly why I'm running. What I would do as a mayor is to build housing and to do the things that we do best, which is infrastructure, water, wastewater, roads, and to take county property is what I've been saying for the last several years, and to then build affordable housing, create jobs for working families, and really to do housing for working families. I don't mean only the lowest income, which is what we often do with affordable housing, but to build housing for our firefighters, our teachers, our nurses, and our police officers, right? So those are that's my objective and my focus as part of my initiative for why I'm running for mayor. Very important.
Obviously, coming from Upcountry, you know that some parts of the islands understand why Lahaina has taken a priority the last 3 years. But what would you see if mayor of some of the priorities in other parts of the island that should be tackled?
I stand from gratitude that unfortunately Lahaina happened. And if it wasn't for the magnitude of Lahaina, we probably would not get the massive amount of federal funding that we received. So in Upcountry, for all these 3 years, especially from the period that we had the wildfire and the impacts, is that really Kula stood with gratitude and appreciation for the amount of federal funding that we were able to receive. And what I would do differently is that I would be sure that their voices were heard, and I'm trying to do that along the way. But we know that West Maui's losses, especially the lives and everything that the people of West Maui and all over the island experienced during the wildfire was very tragic. And the response that the County of Maui gave at the time of the wildfire impact, which was immediately, it could have been faster. We could have asked for the National Guard to help us, and I wish we did, because who did come to the rescue were the citizens of Maui County, and that was difficult. Running for mayor, I've heard from many people who were part of the reacting and helping, and in fact, just today I heard of more stories. There's so many people who came to the rescue of the people of West Maui, and that we need to thank everybody. I think we don't do that enough. But what we could do better is, to learn from the mistakes that we had and be sure that this never happens again, which is, part of what we can do from the Maui County Council in terms of policy work. And that as the mayor of Maui County, I propose to take faster action and to help, a disaster, and to make sure that it doesn't happen again. I also have been saying over this last period that we have been living from disaster to disaster with the County of Maui, and that by me being out talking to the people and groups, and I've talked to many groups running for mayor, is that there's a lot of people who are saying, okay, what about us? There's a lot of Lahaina residents who are feeling forgotten. And the commercial district, which is unfortunately almost non-existent. So the homecoming, event, which happened last month, that I went to, and I walked Front Street and just saw, how sad it is, and you must see it. That it's basically a barren place. All the commercial properties that were there, we have forgotten about them, and that should have been coming up, I would imagine, simultaneously, not with the. I guess the priority, I think, is what the county did was took residents first. Yes, that was important, but we should have brought both of them up together because we need jobs. We need to bring, economic development back, and we're lacking in that.
I did the commercial property owners on Front Street, and there was very frustration for the first couple of years. Things are starting to move faster now, working out some of the permitting issues and stuff. What do you think that you could do to speed that process up even further?
I would do it, right? So what we've been seeing is nothing or very little. And I believe that what we've heard is rhetoric, that we are doing it. If you really talk to the business owners, which they have been talking to me, is that it's not happening as fast as they want it. So we as the county council, we have forgiven real property tax collection for those that were impacted in the fire zone areas, and we've been sensitive to whatever help that we could do. But in terms of the rebuild, I will strongly stand by doing more for commercial because it's very little. Rick, the West Maui Taxpayers Association, Joe Pluta, all of you have been advocates for the commercial businesses that are really, they're struggling. I think a lot of them have gone, and it's hard for them to come back after we are now 3 years. So we need to give them some preference.
Yeah. Kemi and I were just talking about that as well, is that, we talk a lot about the unemployment, but the situation right now, especially in West Maui, is the underemployed. It's very expensive, especially in Lahaina, so, it's great that's being addressed.
Yep.
That would be a priority, yeah.
Well, thank you, Yuki Lei, very much for coming in and being part of this, and good luck in your race.
Yes, we are.
Thank you, Yuki Lei. Thank you for joining us.
We're working
this
hard,
evening.
and we will continue working hard. We are up against, a lot, but as an organization in my race, I always said this is David and Goliath, right? So we'll continue to work hard, and we will win. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
Yep, thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
Well, Rick, it's going to be a really, really interesting mayoral race.
Yep.
The top 2 vote getters from tonight move on to the general election on November 3rd.
Yep, we got the first printout. Yeah. So looking at the first printout here, Mayor Bisson currently has 45.9% of the vote that came in. That's 11,510. And council member, mayoral candidate Yuki Lei Sugimura is at 8,814.
Yeah, it's going to be, these are early
counts, so-
ones coming in, but it's going to be very, very interesting race come November.
Yes.